kick is nowhere to be found. It is halftime, the game right now, and we are seeing some monumentally horrible officiating going on from the officials in the league right now. Sack strip recovery from uh, who was it? Was it well, Kansas City? That got called back was absolutely atrocious to take the ball away from them. We all saw it. We all saw he got the strip sack. We all saw the quarterback was down. They want to say his body weight was all on him, but as you can see, he did pull up on the quarterback,
He
and
did pull up on the quarterback, and now he's drinking.
is that water? So what was that, sir?
Let's put that right there.
Um,
Sanchez Oban, my new name.
Not officially the sponsor of the show. What's up, beautiful people? It's halftime. It is me, your board certified fantasy football and all sports guru, alongside the sidekick. Talk about the call right now. I started talking with the people. Talk about the call.
I thought that the call on Tom Brady was bad. Worst call of the weekend. That if you're a Chiefs fan, man, and credit to their kicker for manning up and hitting that 59-yarder and getting a few points back, but that's brutal, man. Like they even said, like John Perry, like I guess he's the Monday Night Football rules expert, former referee. Like he said, like that right arm was bracing, which
absolutely,
that's the sign to the referees that the player's trying to alleviate the pressure coming down on the quarterback.
But my contention is, after the ball gets taken out of the quarterback's hand, it's no longer a sack because he doesn't have possession of the ball. He becomes a defender like anybody else. Everybody has a right to that football on the ground.
I guess so. They never really brought that up. I don't know. I can't speak to whether that's actually part of the rule. But regardless, like there's no piling on. Like what is Chris Jones supposed to do in that spot? How is he supposed to, with all the velocity and intensity and forward motion by trying to get past the offensive lineman, how is he supposed to stop all that and just kind of grab the quarterback? Like, I don't know, man.
Are we playing flag football now? Is that what's going on? Is that what the league wants?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only good thing that can come of this is the competition committee will look at that and go, okay, I think we need to pull back a bit. Like clearly these referees have been given a directive. They were like, we've got to protect these guys. You know, like any sign of this, that, or the other thing we have.
But let's talk about that. Protect them. Why? Because of Tua. But what happened with Tua? They scapegoated Tua. What did they say with Tua? We're going to fire the people that weren't associated with the league who made the decision to get him on the field. And
I think it's one of those things where
but that's not an excuse.
Because there's clearly been discussions behind the scenes where it's like, look, we got to protect the quarterback. And by extension, I mean, there's probably going to be that same kind of next level protection for other players. They're going to come down on the targeting. But just by virtue of the fact that what's happened with Brady yesterday and that call, which I really think Atlanta could have come back and won that game. And then this thing here, like, I mean, I almost guarantee that by the end of the fourth quarter, we're going to be talking about that extra 3 points that Oakland got there and the potential swing. It's going to affect the outcome of this game. Like, there's no way Kansas City is going to run away with this and be up by 2 touchdowns when it's all said and done.
Are you seeing a momentum swing right now?
Well, I think that – what did he have, 12, 14 seconds to fucking whistle down the field and get a – that's huge for Kansas City. And they're getting the ball back in the second half. So if – you know, a lot of teams will those kind of situations, they'll buckle, they'll fold. Dallas Cowboys. Other teams will use it as motivation.
I didn't hear that last part. That you just lied to everybody about.
Take this and use it as motivation. Really take it to the next level. San Francisco 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo.
By the way, a big fan of the show, Mr. Robert Chandler's here. How you doing, Mr. Robert Chandler?
Robert Chandler of Brady / Patriots /
No, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't want to talk ball anymore. I guess he doesn't know who he is. We don't get his regular Brady's the GOAT posting anymore. So I guess he's out retired right now. He's fixing the fence in the backyard.
Nothing wrong with fixing fences. Nothing wrong with that.
And nothing at all. My thing is the league has to do a better job. We all want to, whatever. We all want to protect quarterbacks. We all want to protect the game. I get it. But not at the risk of
the integrity of the game.
Exactly.
Like think about Chris Jones. Like that should have been a play that not only like turned the game around for a struggling Kansas City team in that first half, but just on a personal level, like make him feel like, okay, like I'm contributing, I'm doing what I have to do. Now it's like you can't tell me that he's not going to be a little bit hesitant, a little bit gun shy the next time he comes in on Carr.
But wouldn't you be? Exactly. Wouldn't you
You
be?
know what I mean? Like that affects his psyche and how he plays the game. And like to me, that's just again, that's ruining the integrity of the game on some level. That's just, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Kansas City rebounds, but I do think that getting those points, making it 20-10, like if they can go down and basically make it a one-score game off their first drive in the second half, we're going to be in for a shootout. I think we're going to be in for a shootout regardless. Like that first half was fun, mostly because of the black and the white.
Oh no, Mr. Alistair Green is here.
Alistair!
Niners, baby. Good to see you, Sanchez. Why don't you take your little relationship?
On that note, because of my man, Alistair, this one's for you, my man. This is from my house to yours.
I hope they come and sue you. I hope they come and sue you.
L'Chaim.
Is that the game-winning bottle, or did you get rid of the game-winning bottle already?
This is my mom's.
Who is that? That's your mom's?
My mom's bottle. The old 14-year single malt. A beautiful. I think this is the same bottle that you bought for me.
Does it come with the COVID or what?
COVID's not real.
Well, the one that you just put in there? Exactly. Get a glass, young man.
It's my mom.
But Alistair says the Cowboys are lucky right now. They'll fade it in November. I think.
I'll give you a little bit more.
Okay, Mr. Chandler wants to discuss the call a little bit, but before we discuss the call, this is what I want to say. I understand protecting quarterbacks. Everybody's brushing this under the table, but to scapegoat the Tua situation, Miami said that they fired somebody that wasn't connected to the league that made the choice. Now, the reason
the independent neurologist.
Right. Now, the reason that's a completely bullshit thing is, number one, you shouldn't have him on your board to begin with. And number two, why is the league okaying that? They're okaying that so they shirk responsibility again. The league has to stop. If you're going to protect everybody, which means you're going to have to pay them if they get in trouble. That's the issue. The league does not want to pay people that get in trouble. And at the end of the day, if you're going to protect people, protect them. They did not protect Tua. And now, as we can see, they're taking it out on everybody else because they're trying to make up for their stupid calls.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you just said there. Let's see how it goes moving forward. Let's see if I just want to see what the powers that be have to say about the Brady play and this last play with David Carr and Chris Jones.
It's going to have to change. This is craziness.
Yeah. And again, we're not talking like huge sweeping reforms. Like, just don't call these ticky-tack things. Like, I mean, look at or at the very least, like have
the Brady call was the worst. And Robert Chandler's there, so we're talking about his boy. That was literally a legitimate just football tackle. That was insane.
Here's the thing that bothers me. How many times do you see a flag get thrown, the little conference on the sideline, and they pick up the flag?
Absolutely.
Cooler heads prevail. Someone comes in there and says, hey, man, I don't think I had a better angle, this, that, whatever. I think there needs to be more of that as opposed to and I think maybe I almost guarantee some of these refs are seeing this and thinking that, but they don't have the stones to say it because they don't want to go against
the league policy.
Exactly. Like there's been enough stuff sent down from up on high where they're like, I don't want to be the guy, because ultimately they're probably like, that could affect my livelihood. Maybe they take me off that Monday night crew the next time I'm being considered. Maybe worse. Maybe I lose my job because I don't toe the company line. That's the thing that has to stop, because I don't have a problem with the flag being thrown initially because, hey, certain angles, maybe someone says, no, that was roughing the passer. I don't like how the other guys don't sit down and go, you know what? No. And I think at the very least, what happened yesterday and today may move into that direction where at least there's a discussion, and at least at some point when someone is a little bit too quick to throw the flag, other guys can come in and say, hey, you know what? I don't think that should have been a penalty. And then, because especially hearing these guys, like, it's not like there's like a back and forth between the experts on the panel. They're all saying basically what we're all saying and thinking. Like, that was just a brutal call. It was terrible. And if it that could end up costing Kansas City the game.
100%.
Play, because Kansas City would have gotten the ball down 17-7.
Mm-hmm.
and I think that would have been back in Vegas territory. You can almost guarantee that Mahomes would have done something with that. So
now I got a quote from Mr. Chandler. I don't know if it's from living in Vancouver too long and living on the West Coast too long, but the exact quote is, "I believe barbarianism should be taken out of the game." Now, I'm not going to say I don't disagree with that, but we're not talking about barbarianism right now. We're talking about legitimate, just football tackles. We're talking about literally just the game being played. And the refs are taking it out of the players' hands and making these stupid calls because this is not being barbaric. This is
does that mean that Mr. Chandler agrees with these calls? He thinks that these are good calls?
I don't know if he necessarily does, but I'm saying I agree with him.
Hold on 1 second. My boy's just taking off. I got to say goodbye. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Wow, This is what an absent father looks like. I just got to get rid of my son. Don't leave. If the Oban people are there, please take it out on him. Do not take it out on the podcast. He does not know what he does. But in reference to you, my brother, Mr. Chandler, I don't believe this is barbarianism, and I don't believe this is actually part of what's going on in the game. I just believe right now the league is overly sensitive because of the calls that happened on the weekend, and now they're just trying to make up for it by protecting quarterbacks. We get that. We all want to protect quarterbacks. But if you saw on that play, that was not about protecting the quarterback. That was literally just about playing football. My contention on that play that I would have argued, I would have threw a red flag whether I could have or not, just to get an argument in. But my argument on that flag would have been, once the quarterback gets hit and he's no longer in possession of the ball, he becomes part of everybody that wants that football on the ground. He can get hit by anybody. It's the same thing that happens after a pick. After a pick, what are you told? Put your head down and go directly for the quarterback and make sure you get a good lick on him. And the reason behind that is if the fumble occurs, the quarterback's there. He's an open player just like anybody else. So to me, when that ball goes on the ground, the quarterback's an open player like anybody else. You cannot give him a roughing penalty for going down on the quarterback. The ball's on the ground. That's my only contention.
I'd like to see or learn if that actually is the rule. Like once the fumble happens and he's no longer in possession of the ball, because I think if that was the case, they would have said something on the telecast. But
Robert's point is, he said, take it. Would you say err on the side of caution? Take it out of the court. Don't take it out on a quarterback. Take it out on football. But like we're saying, I think we're talking about plays that are just football plays. I don't think these are directed to making anything bad towards the quarterback. At the end of the day, the quarterback's fair game if the ball's on the ground. He's a player just like any other player on the field. And I guess we can both agree we just saw a horrible call. It was just a horrible call.
All right, so is the game back on? Is this happening? Where
I'm sure you're going to want to get everybody caught up on your little black-white scenario right now.
Oh, yeah. So I won another, 10? We're at 410 right now?
Yeah, but it comes to me, and I'm definitely going. I'm going for the home run. I'm definitely going for other.
Yeah, so you're still on other.
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's terrific. So you go on other because there was I'm going to go with the Blacks. I got to go with my homeboys, my Alistairs, my Ryans, maybe my Daryl. I don't know if you qualify. You're kind of a.
We got Blade here. Blade said, just give the quarterbacks a flag and say don't touch them. That's what we were talking about. See, brothers are really talking about flag football now. Like, it's getting to the point where it's getting obvious that, listen, they want to protect their Wheaties boxes. We all know that.
I'm getting back to this.
Okay, we're going to get back to the game.
I'm going to have a drink for you. Let's hop on after the game, and let's tally how much money you owe me.
We will do that. Boys, don't go away. We'll see you after the game. We'll see you back. Thanks for all the questions and the points, boys. We'll see you after the game. Have a good one. Enjoy the second half.